Good afternoon. I'm back for my faith vlog. Just wanted to continue and post and update everyone and continue to do this because it helps me and hopefully it helps somebody else that's in my similar situation. Quick recap, as you guys know, I have moved to Atlanta. Currently do not have a place to stay. I'm kind of in between Airbnbs and hotels and haven't put down roots yet and don't have employment yet. So that's where I'm at. I've moved here on faith, directed by God, to attend Change Church, and really am looking forward to what God has in store for me. I just wanted to share with you guys, man, has God ever asked you to do something that like is so outlandish, and you're just looking at God like, man, really, like this is what you want me to do? I just had that experience, man. Like, um, I had a the extended stay that I'm in right now. Um, if you guys are familiar with extended stays, usually it's not the best situation. People are kind of down on their luck, and they just need to get back on their feet for one reason or another. Long story short, that's just kind of some context. I'm grateful, definitely, to have a place to lay my head and have a roof, and it's different from what I'm used to, but that's another part of this journey. God has really gotten me outside of my comfort zone, but is also teaching me some things like, really spending time with Him and having more time to spend with Him. So anyway, that's just the context. So anyway, these gentlemen came by and they knocked on the door, and I was just like, well, who's going to be knocking at my door if it's not housekeeping? So answered the door. There was a few gentlemen out there, and they were explained to me that they were from a church very near here, and they just wanted to invite me to church, and also they were having some food they were giving away downstairs in the parking lot, and you know, obviously I'm here to connect with the church that I was called to, but I just thank them for the invite, and he's like, you have a car anyway. Very nice gentleman, and he he had his son with him, and they were just going door to door, inviting people to church. He let me know, hey, if you don't have a car, we can come pick you up. We got buses and things like that, or and shuttles. So I was like, man, that's great, thank you. So I was thinking about going to get some food down there, but ended up not doing it. So anyway, man, God asked me to give, like, I think it was the next day or a day after, like, you know I got the flyer from them, and the invitation. I didn't really plan on going or anything like that, but I just thought, that's cool that they're out here talking to people, and spreading, hopefully spreading the word. And so, man, I was coming home, and just something popped in my head that I needed to give to that church, and it was a large amount, like larger than any amount I think I've ever given to a church. Um, and I was kind of just like laughed it off. I was like, yo, you know, I don't have any ties to this church. Like, I don't know anything about this church. Like, my logic brain kicked in, and I was like, I get it, giving. Yeah, if God was just like, hey, I want you to give, but the amount is where I just had to take a pause. I was like, man, there's no way. So that's where I was saying, like, it was just so outlandish because of the amount, and I was like, but I, I was just like, yeah, maybe, again, as we do, maybe filtering, maybe I'm filtering here by saying, you know, did I hear that right? Or maybe the amount wasn't right, or maybe just it was just a no, because I can't fathom giving that amount in the situation that I'm in. And God, over the course of the next few days, showed me a few different things, and not really pushing me in that direction, but kind of just letting me know some things, reminding me of some things, and just helping me to bring me to obedience. Like, it culminated with this morning, God really kind of going, yeah, that is a lot, but is it more? Does it compare to what I gave for you? Is it more than what I'm doing for you? That, in combination of just thinking about God and His resources, and how awesome he is. Like, one of the things I've been praying for is like, God, and it's brought me to tears a couple times. Like, I don't want to shortchange you. I don't want to shortchange my view of you. I don't want the way I see you to be hindered. I don't want, the God you see is the God you get is a great saying from Dr. Darius. And it's, I want to see God as awesome as he is. I want to see him as capable as he is. I don't want to limit him just because of how I was raised in the church, or how, like, the view I've been given, has limited God. So I don't want to limit him. I don't want my view to be tainted. So that's one of the things I prayed, is like, God, I want to view you as awesome as you are. I want to see that. I want my perspective to be that. And here we go. and God, it's funny, like, when you pray about stuff and God will present you with the scenarios that will answer your prayers, but it's not just like poof. Oh wow, thanks God, I see you like this. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna put you in this situation to show you, so that you have to do some work. So you're gonna have to, act on faith, and then that will allow me to show myself to you. So it was a lot of that this morning, and I was half asleep. You know, that window where you're just like, oh, it's early, but it's too early to be waking up, and I'm not fully awake yet. So let me just doze back off. I was kind of in that window when God was speaking to me this morning, and I was just like, man, like, can I just doze back off and this not be happening? And it was happening. So, you know, I wrestled with it some more, honestly, just because I'm an analytic and I do that and I go back and forth, and I'm like, this church and why, and do I need to research it, and and it's just quickly, you just have to get to the point of obedience. So I did it, man. I gave it. I gave it anonymously to this church, and I just prayed that that God would bless the bless the seed and bless the church, and do whatever he's wanting to do with it, because we have to realize, man, these resources, we're stewarding them. They're not ours. Um, they're given to us by God. God gives us the ability. God gives us these blessings. So I just had to release it and let it go, and realize that, you know, unlike how I was viewing it before as a source of comfort and, hey, at least I got this much, in case, God's really shifted that to be like, hey, it doesn't matter what I have. I have you, God. I have you to provide. You're Jehovah Jireh. So, God, I'm needing you to show up for me. I know you will. Um, and I just wanted to share that with you guys, because it was very hard. It was very difficult to obey, especially because of the amount. But, the teaching and preaching that I've been receiving um, over this last year has really, you know, put me in a position where I can obey and I should obey. And, you know, you hear these words, and you're just like, well, that's great. Like, yeah, I could do that. I could give, or I could be generous, and blah blah. But then when it comes down to it, when God really asks you to do it, and it's not something that makes sense, you know, there's that hesitation. There's that wanting to push back. There's that, hey, but I need this money for this or that, and pushing past that is where God starts to take you to the next level. So I will update you guys soon on the results of this, and I know God's gonna do something wonderful, and hopefully hopefully that gift does what He wants to do with it. So hope everybody's doing great. I'm just fine. I'm looking forward to Bible study tonight, and I'll be updating you guys soon with any breakthroughs. If I get a job, if I get a place to stay, if anything happens, you guys will be the first to know. Well, besides my family, but hope everyone stays blessed. Oh, I was going to read a scripture to you guys. I forgot I was doing that every time. Hold on. This is one of my favorite scriptures. It's 2 Samuel 22 and 33. And it's the King James Version. God is my strength and power, and He makes my way perfect. Um, I'll let you read it for yourselves. I'll let you read the verses before. I'll let you meditate on it. But it's from David, and David really had an intimate relationship with God to know that, you're my strength, you're my power, you're my source of all the things that I usually get ego driven or proud or arrogant about. Like, they're not me, they're you, and you make my way perfect. So I hope you can meditate on that, and I hope it blesses you. Y'all have a good day.